Hey all, how about a quick lesson on George's part for Revolution, the rocked up version of Revolution, the single version. There's something instructive about how you even begin to play it, and that is to get the tuning right, to get the pitch of it right. Because if you put on the Beatles recording, the first thing you got to do if you want to sort of play along with their version and learn it from listening to their recording is finding the starting point. What is the first chord of it? You know, what key is it in? And as you go along, you're going to say, well, it's not this. It's not this. It's not this. It's higher than this and lower than this. So what do? You're in a little bit of a conundrum there. Because there's different possibilities. I could start in A and just tune up till I get to their key. I could be in B flat. I'd probably have to still tune up a little bit. I could go in B here, and tune down a little bit to it. Because, you know, with a stringed instrument, you're not sort of wedded to a 440 A note. You can make A whatever you want on any given day. I suspect they sped up the recording and that brought the pitch up, but it's not this. Tuned like this in standard pitch, it ain't gonna get you there. You literally can't play it because you can't find the note. Well, I guess you could bend. Try to bend up to them while you do chords, but that ain't gonna work. So fortunately we got spare. Then I went ahead and tuned to the recording, because clearly John's doing this. Playing as if it's in the key of A, you know, with A shapes, but just tuned up there. I suspect they probably sped up the recording, played it in A and sped it up, I suspect, I don't know. But it is not in true standard pitch, it's up higher. So you get that. So once you got the tuning, again, because he's probably not, well, he could, here, wherever it is, you could do it like that. But the other kind of giveaway is they hit a low E note, well, E note, which would be, you know, if you played it without retuning, would be somewhere between F and F sharp. It's in A, played with A. Not in A, sorry, played as if it were in A. But that's the trick of this tune. You got to find where that is. Well, it's here. That's your A. Here's your E. So John's part is fairly straightforward, pretty easy. And it really bounces. Hammering on that D string, 1 to 2. So get all three of those strings, A, D, G. Do the same thing in D. I like hitting the low A note on that D to give it some heft. Go through that again and then down at E. Now I've seen some people who write out the chords and some people who play it, who do that little break as, well, they either do it as B minor, E, and then back to B minor again, and then G, A, F sharp, down to E. But to me, it's definitely F sharp minor first, when you talk about to E destruction, then B minor. Don't you know that you can G, A, F sharp. get 2 to an open D string. Second time through, it's D at the 2nd fret. It starts over. The little opening riff in the little promo clip, again, don't go by promo clips because they oftentimes play things different. But you see John, I think, doing this. Just doing a B and E at 5. Doesn't sound like that to me. There's a low E, there's a low A in it. Low A. It sounds like open A string, D at 7, G at 9. Just slid up. You know, because if you do it that way, you go right into the little lick. Man, the strings are hard to bend when they're tuned up this time. You can go into your little minor pentatonic lick. That's G at 9, B at 8. Bend up B then at 10 to the high E string at 10. And then back into it. Now, that's John. We're 7 minutes in. All we've done is John's part. Let's try while we came here. John does whatever bit he does. If he does that intro lick, I don't know if he does. I don't know who does it. I don't care. We're doing this part. So that's an A up here. And in the promo clip, yes, you can, even though I just said ignore what they do in the promo clip. George is sort of playing this part correctly. Way up here, bar your A. It's an octave A on the 12th fret. Just get used to doing it. That's just your boogie woogie thing. Except you go into a 5th chord where you're playing that G string. And there's a lot of space in what George is playing. He pauses there and lets it ring. Because John's doing it. John's pretty constant, but George lets it hang. That's the same thing, except you're on a, I'm calling it a D7 here. He either does the E here, it's probably here. The low E open. Or he does it here. And then you're into your same thing as John would do, F sharp minor, D, B minor, G, A, F sharp. Down to E. There's the coolest little lick in the whole tune. This makes the song. Yeah, you gotta do it like that. So that's low E at 10. So it's 10. Slide up to 14. Then up to A string at 12. Like that. And then you go low E, 10, up to 14, A at 12, hammer we're on to 14. It's a weird kind of dissonant sounding little thing. This last one is you're at G and D at 14. Sorry. I'm trying to look at the monitor. And then straight into this. Up here again. So that's the whole tune. All the George's part rests on this. The coolest little lick he ever played. Now you got to get down there if you're going to be the guitar player doing this part and the low part. You got to get down there. The only thing that's different is at the end, it's alright, don't you know it's going to be for the outro. So you do your A. Do a B flat to A. These strings are new and they don't want to stay tuned up that high. So that's, I hope, kind of closes the book on George's rhythm part for Revolution. If you're lost and wondering what to tune your low E to this. And just tune all the other strings according to that. So then when you're doing John's part, it'll be in this key. And make sure you get those little stops in there. It's not... That's a good thing to work on, a good thing to get in the pocket of that. And again, John, I've said many times, is one of the all-time great rhythm guitar players, and he'll probably never really get proper credit for being the rhythm player that he was, but he was stellar. And this is a good example.